completely. You've oh, let's fight. Focus now, focus. Big deep breaths, big deep breaths. Calm yourself down, calm yourself down. Come on, breathe, breathe. You've been coasted for this entire... Let's do it. Stand body, that's it, switch it up, come on. You've switched off completely. Come on, you're... Give me your business. Look at me. You're switching off, and you're starting to make mistakes. Let's fight. Okay, you let him back into that fight, and that's his round. I need you to go back out there and win this round. You've been coasted. And box. What are you doing? Come on, switch on. Switch on. Get your mind back on the job. There's a... Let's do it.
Come on, you're letting back into it now. Get back to that game plan. Switch on. Get your boxing back together.
focus on what you're doing. You don't want to lose. Fire.
Good work. That's it. Stick to the jab. Jab working. Beautiful, beautiful. I like that.
Feeling like I got a brand new contract. Armed and dangerous and ready for combat. Soon as I catch him on sight, it's contact. I get the job done proper, there's no comeback. Life's not fair, people hoping on the balance. But either you got that magic or you haven't. And we were born and blessed with all this talent. Soon as we're given the task, it's so apparent I'm fully prepared, fully activated and ready. Focused on the target, grab my weapon, hold it steady, your name. You know that aim rain's heavy. Got the beast in me screaming out, let me out the cage. I ain't gotta do it with rage. The days are numbered, see my steps are calculated.
Here we are, getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham, and watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
Time for our tale of the tape. Roy Jones Jr. It's Roy Jones Jr. Terrence.
This bout.
These two have certainly... Many said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. These two were made for each other. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. That punch is beginning to take its toll. Straight right just misses. There's a counter shot. You can really feel the buzz in the air tonight. So much hype here in this arena.
It's so hot, it's so heated, there's a roof on here, you don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on you.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Well done with that counter shot. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Terrence Crawford just got rocked. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Roy Jones. What do we expect to see here in round 2? Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Good counter punching. These punches coming from every angle. They both want a knockout, you can tell. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Counterpunch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
No rest for the weary. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Blocks the left uppercut. The straight right just misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his... There's the bell for round 3. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. That counter shot lands. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. This fight has a real good flow to it. straight right just misses. A perfect counter lands. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones and back at it in round 4. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? That jab doesn't score. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
And he scores with the counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Just misses with that uppercut. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by... Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. Nice counter shot. Threw a punch and just got countered. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. This is the beginning of round 6. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace, you can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history books.
Shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Crawford's legs are all over the place. How are they still standing?
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones. Here comes round 7. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. That counter punch caught him clean. His stamina is off the charts. That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it. So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels, look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. Then he's out of there.
They need to turn this around halfway through.
Stop it.
So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight? And the referee will allow this to continue. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. They say, and they're back at it again here in round 8. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. It hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
straight. Whoa, wait a minute. Roy Jones Jr., believe it or not, may want to take a knee here. Pensacola's finest is down. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
Even I've got to see.
They got knocked down but didn't stay down. Once again showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in down once.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Didn't wait too long to get back and get engaged.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So
Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. A pretty lopsided.
Victory all in my eyes. Enemies only can see my demise. Envision my downfall, it's not in my view. I only look up, I will not be
What a lovely afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to rumble here at Empire Fight Camp. My name is Alexander Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Ukraine. Roy.
This bout.
A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
it seems wild, it seems ferocious, it seems like there's no rules. And that's what it feels like when you're fighting outside under the heat.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. The build-up to this fight has been incredible. Both of these men verbally sparring for weeks, and now they get it on for real. The straight right just misses. Catch and shoot. That counter shot lands. Unlucky to miss with that jab. It is a sunny and hot day, and no, we're not inside. No air conditioning or air con, as they say in the UK.
Todd, this is something you could never, ever get used to. How many gyms are built outside? How many times you would train, spar, and everything outside? Now you're having a fight outside. This is where fighters may gas themselves out. This is where the environment may make so much of a difference. You may not realize it, but watch when the rounds roll on.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. That uppercut misses. You'd like to see more jabs. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do different?
That was a terrible round, that was. Come on.
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter punch is smart.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Counter punching. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? It's bombs away. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously hope the judge...
There's the bell for round 3. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. How about that time counter shot? You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Couldn't land that jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
He's going to go back out there and lose the match.
There's the bell for round 4. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
You've got to be courageous when you...
And down goes Jones Jr. Wow, let's take another look at that.
That's lights out right there.
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
They got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Good counter punch. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Nope, that jab not going to score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering...
Just be smart.
There's the bell to start round 5. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
He threw the hook, didn't land. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I...
Whoa, hold on a second, Johnny. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. And right back into the fray.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace, get the pace back to normal.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Well done with that counter shot. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who...
Forget about the round. It was a bad round, but we don't care.
Let's start the 6th. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you gotta think.
And look at that body shot. They couldn't have thrown it any better.
You're right, Todd.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen now, it's down to them doing their job. But get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Just misses with that jab. And that right jab just misses. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
It was a god-awful round.
And there's the bell for round 7. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to... And that body shot folded him like an old T-shirt.
I need to see that again.